Hello, welcome back to my haunted library. It's Regina. I hope you're doing well. Happy Valentine's Day. It's also the first day of Lent, Ash Wednesday, which is what you see up here because I already went to Mass this morning. I'm giving up some social media for the next 40 days. So if you don't see me on Instagram or Facebook, that's why. And I really don't think it's going to be that much of a problem. I'm not that active on those two sites, but I figured the less I'm online or on my phone, the more time I have to devote to what's important, like reading and other things. So usually Joe and I, of course, go out for Valentine's Day. Most couples do, or not couples. You don't have to be a couple to do it. Let's be real. But yesterday we kind of had our own Fat Tuesday Valentine's meal, which I'm still recovering from. I talked about this in the vlog on my Patreon if you want to join my library as a member by becoming a patron. I have a whole vlog series about my fasting journey. I'm not giving up food completely. I'm just kind of doing a type of fast, a very medieval type of fast for the next 40 days. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, last night we got, the look on my face says it all. We decided to have pizza and wine and, well, he doesn't drink wine, but he was drinking beer. I was drinking wine. I ended up downing half the bottle at the end of the night because I'm like, if I drink all of this, I won't be going to 8 o'clock Mass the next morning. Yeah, I just felt like it was way too much, especially the pizza, because I just don't really eat pizza anymore. I don't have that iron stomach like I used to have when I was a kid. Actually, one of my first jobs was working in a pizza parlor, so I ate pizza nonstop along with everything else that was bad for me. Those were the days, right? But anyway, we're in Valentine's Day, and I received a nice little package from Patrick. Not too many Valentine cards, but hopefully maybe by the end of the day. I sent out a few Valentine's Day. I feel like Valentine's kind of snuck up on me this year, but here we go. Open my package, which is always so sweet. One reason why we also didn't go out last night was because Lily has been sick. I really feel like I'm stabbing this. It's like, oh my gosh, I think I need like a razor knife to open this because it's like I'm stabbing this thing with my rapier. Speaking of rapiers, I've been kind of in the mood. You know, I'm such a mood reader, and I know I'm reading all this gothic fiction, which I'll talk about in a bit, but I've been in the mood to read like Three Musketeers and Ivanhoe and stuff like that. So maybe for the month of April, or March rather, I'll do that. Because April, I'm going to be hosting another reading challenge, which I will talk to you about soon. God, I was like stab myself. Okay, here we go. I completely destroyed my manicure opening that box. Here's a nice little note from Patrick. So one reason we didn't go out last night is because Lily is sick. Lily had a very serious surgery, and I'm not going to go into all the gory details because it's a whole frustrating story. And if I talk about it, I might get upset or angry all over again. But anyway, she had the surgery, and we brought her home yesterday. It was the snowstorm happening. Now the snow is pretty much gone. It's just really sunny and cold today. But she's doing okay, but we have to watch her. Joe's watching her now, and I'll do my Lily duty later, but I think she's going to be okay. Okay, oh, this is nice. This is cheering me up. Some hearts. Dear Regina, he always has great stationery. For Valentine's Day, I thought I would send you a sweet treat. Oh, geez. In this box, you will find books with some tainted love. Oh, my favorite topic. And speaking of tainted love, don't forget to get your new bookworms. They're selling like hotcakes. It's all linked below. Each book has a romantic pairing of mismatched couple at their core. Who doesn't like to read about some twisted love now and then? It's one of my favorite topics, actually, and for films as well. I hope your holiday is filled with flowers, chocolates, and romantic novels galore. Perhaps one or two goth ones, definitely. Happy Valentine's Day and enjoy. Sincerely, Patrick. P.S. Is Batilda spending the holiday with anyone special? You know, I feel like I need to do some, I need to get Batilda off her butt and have her do more videos besides just her horoscopes, which she's only kind of been doing lately. Because Batilda has had her own series of books and book reviews. And now maybe when I've given up social media for a little while, I'll have more time for all of us to devote to this kind of stuff. All right, here we go. I know this book. Woo! I just have a little avalanche there. A Kiss Before Dying by Ira Levin. Ira Levin wrote his first bestseller at 23. Couldn't you just kill him, haha? It's a nice paperback reading copy of this. I do have a very nice leather-bound Easton Press, I think it is, or Franklin Press, one of those, of it. And I've read it in the last couple of years. I think I did a review here, or at least discussed it a bit. It's great. It's such a great book and such an incredible movie. The original movie is probably from the late 50s, early 60s with Joanne Woodworth and, why am I blanking on his name, Robert Wagner, who is gorgeous. I mean, he was always a handsome man, but he's very young and devastatingly handsome and truly evil. It's a great book. I'm a big fan of Ira Levin's work. He is the author whom I try to emulate in my books. Not saying I get there, but especially his plotting and his twists. There was a remake in the 90s, and I know it was Sean Young and I think Matt Dillon, and it kind of got panned. I know, like, poor Sean Young went through hell. She is like one of my favorite actresses from that time period. I know she's a controversial figure in a lot of ways. She's very outspoken and she's gotten herself in all kinds of trouble for it, but I just love her spirit. She's got to be a Scorpio. Okay, another good one, and I have the hard copy, so this is a great paperback reading copy, because honestly, I've never read this book. I've seen the movie and I have the book, but I've never read it, so when I get down to read it, I'm going to read this copy, so thank you. This is Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn, very much in the spirit of an Ira Levin story. What's next? Another Agatha Christie, The Body in the Library, a Miss Marple mystery. The cover looks very Valentine's Day. Okay, lovely. Oh, there's more? Gosh, he just spoils me rotten. Oh, do I have this one? I thought I had this one. No, the one I have is This Is How We End Things. Are those books connected? This is tempting to just put everything down that I'm currently reading and go for the shiny object, the shiny object. Oh, great. We had communicated about this. If you're enjoying the show, you'll love what it's based on. This is Capote's Women by Lawrence Leamer. The Hulu show Swans, or Truman Capote and the Swans, the Feud series, is based on this. I have not started watching Swans yet. I plan to do it. I don't have Hulu yet, and I've been waiting for Joe to set that up because it's all through his accounts and stuff. So I'll remind him because I can't wait to see it. I was just talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and she was like, "Oh my God, you haven't seen it? It's so good. You love it. You'll love the clothes. You'll love everything." So, yes. So thank you, Patrick, for this lovely Valentine's gift. I really appreciate it. So I thought I would touch base with what I've been reading for the Gothic Hearts Reading Challenge. We're now on week 2, and I'm still reading Black Orchid, and I love that cover so much. It's great. This book, I don't think is very Gothic, even though it was among my Gothic romances, but I'm still really enjoying it. It takes place in the Amazon, in the city of Manaus, I think it's pronounced, which I knew nothing about, except I did know about the opera house there, the famous opera house there, because of the incredible movie that I've seen many times and loved, Fitzcarraldo by Werner Herzog, and it's all about this man who, Klaus Kinski plays this kind of a madman who goes to the Amazon to build his opera house, and it's a very famous film of Herzog's because they literally drag enormous boat over a mountain with ropes and pulleys. There's a whole documentary on it. I think it's called Burden of Dreams, which is incredible. And it gets into the whole dynamic between Herzog and Kinski. He's a fascinating character. There's another incredible Herzog film based on his friendship with Herzog called My Best Fiend. And I highly recommend that. Anything Herzog does is incredible. It's the same period, so I have a really good visual as I'm reading this of the Herzog film. But this, so far, I mean, I didn't get that far. I'm not yet halfway through. I'm going to read more today. The descriptions of this exotic location where the book is set is incredible. I know there's like a writing team. It's really good writing. I don't think we've gotten to the meat of the story yet, but there is a bit of a romance situation that's been set up. And the last thing I read was this very colorful episode that takes place in a brothel. And it's very decadent. It's very sensual and decadent. And the weather of the hot tropics and this the jungle kind of encroaching on the city. It's this very exotic perfume, like heavy orchid scent. I can smell this heavy perfume from reading this book. It's so detailed. And there's this sense of the dark underbelly of the jungle. I remember this incredible quote that Herzog says in his Burden of Dreams movie. And if I can screen grab it, I'm just going to play that now so you know what I'm talking about.
Taking a close look at what's around us, there is some sort of a harmony. It is the harmony of overwhelming and collective murder. And we, in comparison to the articulate vileness and baseness and obscenity of all this jungle, we, in comparison to that enormous articulation, we only sound and look like badly pronounced and half-finished sentences out of a stupid suburban novel, a cheap novel. And we have to become humble in front of this overwhelming misery and overwhelming fornication, overwhelming growth, and overwhelming lack of order. Even the stars up here in the sky look like a mess. There is no harmony in the universe. We have to get acquainted to this idea that there is no real harmony as we have conceived it. But when I say this all full of admiration for the jungle. It is not that I hate it. I love it. I love it very much. But I love it against my better judgment.
That's a little bit of Herzog on the jungle. I love the jungle. I can't do a German accent. He's incredible. He's one of my favorite Virgos on the planet. Okay, so so Black Orchid I'm enjoying. And if I have time, I'm going to add to my reading list another Gothic with an exotic location and another beautiful cover. If I have time, I'm going to read The Time of the Dragon by Dorothy Eden. Incredible cover. I'm guessing this takes place in China, but let's take a look. Sweeping from China to the Thames Valley, spanning 75 years in the fortunes of a great trading dynasty, Dorothy Eden spins a spellbinding tale of 3 generations of the Carrington family. Oh, the Carringtons, isn't that the dynasty family? Could be related. Whose dealings in priceless antiques takes them over to Peking on the eve of the Boxer Rebellion and embroil them in a struggle that will determine their destinies and reach out to touch their heirs, even to the present day. Okay, these sound like a nice kind of companions together, and I will definitely try to read that. And I also plan coming up, I'm going to save the short stories for the final week because I figure that's going to be easier. So that was just a quick kind of catch up with what I'm doing and to wish everyone a lovely Valentine's. Let me know in the comments what you are doing for Valentine's Day, anything special. I would love to hear your thoughts. So that's all I have for today. Thanks for stopping by my haunted library, and I'll see you soon. Bye.